What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-host, Josh. What's up, Josh?
Hey, I'm here. It's Friday!
Yeehaw! Guys, also joining us today is our most mustachioed member of the Front Yard Fantasy team. We've got Tim Wright with us. What's up, Tim?
Feeling groovy, ready to go.
Rocking that headband. You're looking good today. Guys, also joining us today is great friend of the show, coming back on the Fantasy Football Game Show, but making his poll perception debut is Scott Rainier, a.k.a. Munder Difflin FF on Twitter. For those of you that do not know Scott, he is a content creator over at IBT Media and a writer at Fantasy Data, and we are hyped to have you on today with us, my man.
We are.
Hi.
Welcome.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Oh, man, I've been looking forward to this all week, just like always. Anytime I get that invite from Jay, I'm just like, yep.
G-Man. The G-Man himself. Yeah.
And the Josh, we're dancing today. We're finishing each other's sandwiches. Watch out, guys. Josh is hosting. It looks like we're on the same wavelength. We've got some people in the chat ready for today's show. We've got Peng in the chat saying, don't mind me, just staring into Josh's face, and I believe he wants me to join the army.
I don't even know what the thumbnail looks like, but I assume it's something like...
I think it is something exactly like
that.
No,
that's good. That's accurate.
Craig said, getting shots with the kids today. Have fun, everyone. Scott is amazing, and join his Patreon.
When I first read that, I thought he meant shots, like shots with the kids, like, hey, taking shots.
It's been a rough week.
Still just assuming I'm assuming that's what he means.
It would be more
it's full
topical for our
perception.
show. Exactly. You take shots in full perception.
Yeah.
It makes sense. We've got Albert in the chat. What's up, Albert? Welcome in. And Dustin as well. What's up, Dustin? Cody Smith, welcome in. Says, what's good, people? Finally catching one live again. Welcome in. Glad to have you back in here live with us.
Happy to have you,
Jordan said, Scott for president. 101 people to talk to on Discord. Yes, Scott, we're in your corner. Who's your running mate?
Do I have
Jordan?
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Okay, yeah, he's the campaign manager. No, Jordan, I think at this point. So, Peng is going to be your vice president.
Section in the chat already. Scott Peng says it's Scott. Mr. Scamper says hello, you. And Peng also says, and I love Fantasy Data.
Sweet.
Also, Dave, Scott, this is a big deal. Dave exclusively has been cheering for me for months. He said, teams got today. Non-Simon team days reserved for certain guests. Scott meets the criteria. I can't remember the last time this happened.
That is an honor. Dave's my boy. So
Dave's the man. And you got
Dave Scott, seriously, this is huge.
I'm in trouble now.
I know. I realize the magnitude of this.
I'm a little lost. Dave. It's okay. I get it. Though. Scott's the man. I'm on Team Scott as well.
Team Simon.
My
always and forever.
Yeah. My mom will be getting a call today. So
as will mine, but it's going to be a much sadder call. We got Scott in here. Says, hey guys, what's up? And hey, Simon, welcome back. Thanks, Scott.
We are happy to have you, Simon.
We got Troy King in the chat. Gang, what's up, Troy? And Dave in here saying Dave Fantasy was the last time, if I remember correctly. So you're joining some elite company in there, Scott. Guys, before we get into our game of poll perception, find out if Dave is right and cheering for Scott today. A couple reminders. Number one, if you're not already following our guest Scott over on Twitter, as you can tell by the raucous support in the chat, you're missing out. Go and follow him on Twitter right now at Munder Difflin FF. Truly one of our favorites in the space. And then go subscribe to his Patreon. Like, who was that mentioned that in the chat? I think it was Peng who said that, right?
That was Craig.
Craig who said that. So make sure you go over there and subscribe to Scott's Patreon. After you do that, guys, if you're watching this video, that means you're already on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and like this video and make sure you're subscribed to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. We've been pumping out the VOD content on there. Josh is killing it with shorts. We've got videos from Jay, Justin, and Marco, the newest members of the Front Yard team. You guys are not going to want to miss any of that content. So make sure you're subscribed and you've got that notification bell on. But without further ado, I think it's time to get into some poll perception. I will explain the rules and then we'll get going.
So much. Like it's not like any one thing. It's just like
it's the best chat ever.
It just makes me laugh all the time, every day.
On Fridays, it's Timmy Tim time. Swamp said hi, Tim.
What up, Tom?
Yo, what's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay? Yeah.
Dale goes to New York one time and suddenly he's too good for our show. The city got to him.
Badass.
Fancy city boy. And Jordan says it's only right.
Making up for Craig.
Yeah.
Hey, we needed a pun in the chat, and thank you, Jordan. We needed that.
Also, this is big. We had a Tahine ad on our video.
Tahine?
Heck yeah.
Endorsed.
That's
fully
so
endorsed
good.
Tahini. It's you can put it on. When I moved to San Antonio, I'd never heard of it before, and then it was in every grocery store on every margarita. It's a chili lime salt that comes in like a big container, so it's like a spicy lime salt. And I seasoned everything I ate with that for about 6 months.
Sounds great.
Like chicken, cauliflower, whatever. That's most of what I eat was seasoned with tahini. It's the bomb. Go buy it.
Sounds like
this is another
good on like margaritas, maybe.
It's so good on margaritas. They put it on. Yeah, you can get that on the rim of your margarita anywhere here.
Yeah, I love salt. A little salt with the margarita. Oh man, it really sets it over the
so
edge.
Good. Guys, we're going to play some poll perception today. Like I mentioned, Josh is going to be running the game today. So it's going to be Scott versus Tim versus myself. And I'm going to explain how this game works. So like I mentioned, the game is poll perception. It is the game that tests your knowledge of the public's perception of fantasy football or NFL players. Josh has curated 7 of the tastiest, most scrumptious polls for us to try to digest during this game. He's going to propose one of them to a contestant. He may ask me, Simon, what percentage of people chose side A over side B in this poll? We will always be guessing side A. Since he asked me, my job is going to be to set that line. I'm going to put the number at what I think the answer for side A is. I may say something like 60%. Tim and Scott, your job will then be to say whether you think the actual percentage of people that chose side A is over or under my answer. There is one additional thing you can do. You can choose to queen B it. If you think my guess is exactly right, you will be awarded with a Josh 15 points for doing that properly. But after the over-unders are guessed and the numbers are guessed, the person who guessed the number will score based on how close they are. 10 points for getting it exactly right. 1 point if they're within 15. 0 if it's outside of there and it scales up to exactly right. Scott and Tim, you guys will get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under. We will go like that for a full round, and then we will introduce a new rule in the second round. Our 7th and final poll. Yes, Scott, you had a question?
I had a quick question. Has anybody ever gotten a queen bee right?
Nope,
no, I've been off by like 4 times.
Okay.
There was one time I was sitting there like, I should just queen bee it. I should, you know what? Never mind. I won't. And it would have worked in that instance, but I think that's like the closest I've been personally.
I'm a pseudo practicing analytics guy, so I'm just checking the odds of queen bee.
Not great, Bob.
It's rare. It's rare.
5'5".
It's been called at least like 15 times.
I call it once a game.
Yeah. So
Let's see. And I'm putting a poll in the chat because I forgot to do that. We're going to ask them who's going to win. But we've got one more rule to go over, and that is our last and final poll. In the last and final poll, we will all be guessing a number. Whoever's the closest is going to get 5 points, unless you get it spot on, in which case you will get 10. The person with the most points at the end of that final round will be our poll perception champion for today. You guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, we got people in the chat going ready. Scott said breaking news from FYF. Josh is not taking shots.
Yeah, right.
Today.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
If someone gets it spot on in the chat or in the game, I feel the need to. I have to do it. I'm sorry. It's not because I want to. Well, maybe a little bit, but I don't want to take multiple shots. So I want to get drunk right now. So 1 or 2, I'm fine with.
And Dave said, I heard it goes well on watermelon. Tahini goes great on watermelon. And Scamper saying standard margarita.
I don't like that.
It is. It's the bomb.
I don't like salty watermelon. I don't think.
And Cody deciding to take one for the team says, I'll take shots in place of Josh.
We can both do it,
Cody.
You do Jordan, it if anyone's within 10%. You'll take a shot every time.
Jordan already has his first guess in at 33%. And Dustin saying, Tim, I want you to start with a queen bee. We've got Jay in the chat. What's up, Jay? And big news. Money's on the line for you now, Scott. Dave said we're going to on Scott to win. That's $2 Canadian on you saying you're
very close to my guy. It's very, very close to my guy Tony, so that works on both fronts.
Mr. Scamper said, didn't it almost happen on the Podathon? I believe it did almost happen on the Podathon, but that was a truncated game. And then one more suggestion before we get going. Peng wants to know, can we get a strip poll perception? That'll be on Josh's OnlyFans. That's premium content. We're not going to live stream that on YouTube and Twitch, but yeah, absolutely.
It's since none of us are wearing pants, it's like you get 2 wrong and done.
I know, just butt naked after 2.
You just got to stand up more
wrong and you're done.
Like, as the game goes along, the more you get wrong.
So, Josh, I'm going to hand this off to you now to run this game. I'm going to hop over into the I guess I don't have to go into the private chat because our guests don't, or our chat doesn't know the answers anyways. And let you run this game.
So here's the thing.
We're supposed to be out of the chat now, right? Is that correct?
You don't have to be for poll
perception. It's not that big of a deal here. No one actually knows the answers to these. But Scott, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
This matters. The polls are already set in. We're going to go in this order. So do you want to go first, second, or third? This matters because this is going to choose Which polls you get exactly?
I'm a middle child. I'll go second.
All right. Awesome. And Tim, since Simon's not even here, do you want to go first or third?
I'll go first. Let's write it out, baby.
Okay, perfect. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
You should definitely queen bee it first now.
Yeah. I think that's a good tactic because if I queen bee it before I even give an answer, I'm only
queen bee whatever the correct answer is.
Yeah.
All right. Then do you get 25 points?
Cheat codes, yeah.
Okay. Get in the zone, Simon. Auto zone.
Did you just say get in the zone, auto zone?
Yeah, it's how I pump up.
All right, Tim. I do like it is a catchy jingle. Get in the zone, auto zone.
Anytime anybody says anything close to get in the zone, I always say auto zone. So
I love it. But he said it to himself, you know what I'm saying? So he set himself up.
It's like, who do you think I meant by anybody?
I
don't talk to anyone else.
I spend a lot of time talking to myself.
Me too, Scott.
All right, Tim, you're going to be starting out the game. Are you ready to get into your first poll here?
Do it.
All right, pretty much all these polls are going to be very fantasy heavy. Sometimes I, throw in some dynasty. It's going to be a lot of redraft polls. Not too many dynasty going on today, so a lot of fantasy redraft polls. So I hope you're okay with that, everyone. Tim, let's get in there. Tim, who will have a better fantasy season? It's a simple question. Who will have a better fantasy season? I know one of these guys is on your team, the Miami Dolphins, but is it side A, Devontae Adams, or is it side B, Tyreek Hill? What percentage of people voted for side A, Devontae Adams, Tim?
Devontae Adams, 69.
You think so, Tim? You think that 69% of people voted for side A, Devontae Adams, in this poll?
Yep.
All right, that was
no deliberation. I'll let these guys talk it through.
All right, Scott, we're coming to you here. Okay. Tim went with 69%.
I think the answer is definitely Devontae Adams, but as far as how high, that's a really good spot. Not just because it's a nice number, but like it's a good.
Nice.
It's hard to choose, but I'm going to go not necessarily with what other people think on this one and what I think. I think I'm going to take the over.
All right, Scott. So you think that even more people, over 69% of people, chose Devontae Adams in this poll, correct?
I think so. It's either that or the under.
Or on it.
Or that.
The team has a good point. It could be a queen bee. It could be.
So Jordan was right, 33% chance here.
All right. So Scott's going with over 69%. Simon, we're coming to you. Do you think the actual percentage that chose side A, Devontae Adams, in this poll was over or under 69%?
Well, I'm in a pickle because the number I wrote down was 69%. It was exactly what Tim said.
So, I think you know what you have to do.
I would regret it forever if I wrote down the number that Tim said out loud and it was the queen bee. So I'm going to start this game off with a queen bee, baby.
Let's go.
The odds are in your favor.
Right. Everyone wanted it. The odds were on Tim to do the first queen bee in this game, but Simon in the first round is going to do the queen bee. And I'm realizing queen bee, QB. That's all I have to write down. It's kind of, very football related.
Well, it would make sense too, because I specifically asked the question for it to actually happen this episode. Like it would.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Also, just before we go on to revealing any scores on here, I'll let you know the results of the poll. Tim has won the poll with 50% of the vote today. Scott in second with 28%, and I'm at 21%. So down at the bottom. But Tim, overwhelming favorite today.
Let's go. It must be the stash.
Must be the stash.
I think it's going to be 69%.
Mr. Scamper says I'm an O'Reilly guy. Also, terrific jingle.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh!
Damn, I couldn't tell you a thing about a car, but damn, I do know some autos.
Oh, no, I don't know anything about cars.
All right, guys, let's see what the chat has to say about this one. Jordan Vanek, he came in saying it's going to be 33%. So he's kind of taking the opposite end of this one. He's going to say 67%. Exactly. He meant, So Peng's Picks going with 75%. Dame saying 83%. Cody saying 67%. Albert saying 63%. Mr. Scamper saying 81%. JR saying 72%. John Luke saying 47%. And Justin saying 71%. JL's the only one that's actually going to be on the Tyreek Hill side of this.
What did JL say? 47?
47%. Yep.
It's like, I don't even own a TV. Oh.
Mr. Scamper said rule number 5, follow your heart. Absolutely.
You're right. So I have to follow the rules.
Exactly. You follow rule number 5. That's what I'm talking about. And we have a fellow Josh Pope. I'm in the house. That's what we care about. That's what I like to see, Josh. More J's, the merrier. We only have one J.
Oh, no. Turntables, Josh. Oh, no. Suddenly you're outnumbered. How's it feel?
It doesn't feel good. You got 2 S's. Simon, how does it feel to be finally the dominated letter?
Feels right. Feels correct. Feels as it should be. So Scott and I down here. You know, I'm going to act like I've been here before.
You haven't. But, guys, the question is, who will have a better fantasy season? Side A is Davante Adams. Side B is Tyreek Hill. Tim went with 69%. Scott took the over. Simon,
I want it to be 69. I think that would be fun.
All right. That's really
you would really dig yourself into a hole in that first
I'd be so mad if you two queen beat it was correct and I'm losing by 5 after getting it down. Like, come on.
All right. So the actual percentage of people that voted for side A, Davante Adams, in this poll was, someone got it right on, 83%. No! 83% of people voted for side A, Davante Adams, in this poll. And Dame, thanks a lot, Dame.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Dame.
There you go, Dame.
83%. I'll take a shot.
And that's a point for Tim still, right? Yeah, that's 14 away. So Tim still gets a point. And you know what? If I had to pick over under, I probably would have gone under. So no harm, no foul. It's 0 points either way. It was just a more exciting 0 points for me. Also, Mr. Scamper's in here with the JTSS Jets.
Oh man. Can't confirm it's been
got me there, Mr. Scampers. Those are our initials, Josh. That's
I came back from taking my shot. I was like, what are we laughing at?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
a good the Jets in general.
Yeah. I trust you're also doing it as well. Let's go.
And cheers to Craig and his kids as well.
Oh yeah. They're way ahead of us. They're way ahead. Great job on that one, Dame. Good job. Get me to take a shot there. Let's see if you can do it. I'm gonna have to slowly make the shots smaller and smaller.
What?
Because you guys are looking hot so far. You guys ready to get in the next poll here? Oh wait, I have to give you guys points. What am I doing? What am I doing? Simon, no
money,
points,
please.
Josh, how about this? If you take one more, I'll take over for you for the rest of the show.
If I take one more shot, you'll take over for me on shots?
On shots for the rest of the show.
Okay, let's deal.
So if there's another one, it's yours. But any after that, they're mine.
Okay,
I'll go grab a bottle of something. And
we'll size shot then next one, because I could take 2 shots all day. I could take 3 shots. But when we get
Simon, you can just take shots if you want to.
No, I don't. Is the thing. I'm trying
boy.
to. We're just playing over here a little bit. I'm gonna reluctantly take a couple.
Real fast. Peng came in and said, people don't believe in Tua and people believe Tyreek only did well with Mahomes. I think that's right to an extent, to be honest with you guys. I think just people are a little worried about Tua and how the whole thing divvies up with Jalen Waddle and this offense. Can Tua really support this many options in the receiving game? While with the Raiders, yeah, there's a lot of really good options, but I think people believe in Derek Carr more and just maybe Davante Adams' talent a little bit more. You kind of agree with that along those lines, guys? What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Tyreek in Miami. I like Davante better.
Exactly.
I think, I mean, you could argue all day who's going to have a better fantasy season between Carr and Tua, but
yeah,
I like the system Davante is going to better. I already think he's a better receiver. I mean, Derek Carr is completion percentage master, so I don't think he's not going to dominate like he did in Green Bay with like a 30% target share, but. Yeah, I think he's still gonna be a top 5 guy.
Yeah, and one of these guys I feel like is guaranteed to be the top target on their team, and one of them isn't. Like, not saying Tyreek Hill couldn't be the top target on this team; it's fairly likely. But with Jalen Waddle there, I'm convinced Davante Adams is the number 1 target, and it's not particularly close on the Raiders. I don't necessarily believe that for the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle's not just going away. He's he's a high talent wide receiver as well.
The concern I would have with Adams is, I mean, he is on a team with 2 different players who have recently gone over 100 targets. Renfrow and Waller. So I mean, but I just think he's such a game changer at the position that, and I don't necessarily believe in like, okay, well, I'm going to take 40 of Renfrow's targets and just give them to Adams. I don't think it's that cut and dry.
No.
I think Renfrow will still do pretty well, but yeah, that would be my only concern. But I still think Adams he's a locked wide receiver 1.
I'm with you.
Yeah. And while Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, I think a lot of our opinions, is a borderline wide receiver 1 right now. You know,
he's wide receiver 1.
Okay, fair enough.
Gonna be great.
Fair enough. Mr. Dolphins fan, Tim.
Hey, no bias. That's just my heart.
No, I know. I understand.
Rule number 5. Follow your heart.
See how it turns out. All right, guys, let's move on to the next poll. Scott, this is going to be your first one. You got a little bit of a lead here. It's 2-1-0, but it's anyone's game. Let's go, Scott.
Okay.
All right. Who would you rather draft for fantasy football? Side A is Cortland Sutton. Side B is Mike Williams. What percentage of people chose side A, Cortland Sutton, in this poll?
This one, I'm going to try and put myself in the shoes of people voting.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Williams is one guy that I think is a little overrated at this point.
Simon, talk about some. It's Clemson. You love Mike Williams, but he's good, right?
Oh, I thought you just took a shot.
Oh no,
it looked like I just drank alcohol face. No, I mean I like Mike Williams. I just think he's just slightly overrated. So I think it's going to lean. The poll's going to lean towards Mike Williams, slightly. So I'm going to say 47%.
So, Scott, you think that 47% of people chose Cortland Sutton in this poll. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Scott. Scott's going with 47% of people choosing side A.
Josh froze, but I know what he was going to say. Simon, do you think the actual answer is over or under Scott's guess? You're back. Sorry, I was just trying to.
It wasn't frozen for me. So I was frozen there. Sorry about that, guys.
At least for me.
Okay,
no. So Scott's guess was 47%. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
47.
Okay. And I don't think you're wrong by saying Mike Williams might be a little bit overrated right now. I think overdrafted. Like he's being drafted near his ceiling right now.
That's essentially
I'm
what I meant. A little too high. Yeah.
I know. I just I reacted viscerally because I love Mike Evans, or Mike Williams. I love Mike Evans and Mike Williams. I love them both. But I think this one's going to be fairly heavy on the Mike Williams side. People have seen Mike Williams and Keenan Allen in that offense do it together, both be productive wide receivers. We haven't seen Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy do it yet. I know they've got an upgrade at quarterback, but I'm not sure everyone's convinced both of these guys are going to do it. And then you're splitting the vote between like Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. Like, who do they think is going to be the one? I do think Cortland Sutton's the preferred option now, but
yeah, it just depends. I mean, they both have the let's ride factor.
Yeah, it's really whoever gets it.
Tim Patrick out now. It's just which one's getting that spike from that both the quarterback and now a regular starting receiver out for the season.
So who likes to ride more? Probably either Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, but I'm going to go under on this one. I think it's going to be heavier on the Mike Williams side. I don't think enough people have faith in Cortland Sutton to ride with Russell Wilson this season.
So Simon, you're going to take the under 47%. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Simon. Tim, 47% on Cortland Sutton. You think it's over or under?
I'm a man of my word. I said my first poll, I was going to queen beat it. This is close enough. I was right around 50-50 and probably on the Mike Williams side. So close enough. Queen beat it.
Do it.
So Tim says 50-50, but he needs the ride. He thinks it's exactly 47%.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Simon?
Oh, I don't remember at all.
Okay, perfect. Well, we have a lot of really good guesses in the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Josh Pope is saying 41%. JR is saying 56%. Dane saying 38%. Albert saying 54%. Pang is saying 33%. So is Mr. Scampers. Cody's saying 41%. Josh is saying, he would definitely take the under here. And then Dustin is saying 57%. So, I mean, we had answers.
Average is about
all over the place.
Also,
but Tim, like you said, it's kind of right there in the middle, it seems like.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason, every time this name comes up, I've seen the name Pope before. I know the name Pope. Pope is the name of a high school near where I grew up, but I keep reading it as Josh Popey. Like just P-O-P-E, Popey. Like the E
Maybe
is pronounced that way.
I don't know.
Like every time it comes up, I'm like, Josh Popey at it again. But I'm almost positive it's not Popey. If I had to bet money, just a peek behind the curtain.
Russ is actually planning on using Sutton as his horse when running out of the tunnel. Yep, definitely.
Oh, then it's definitely 47%, no doubt.
Oh my God!
Josh said, "Call me Poppy." There you go.
I would pay a reasonable amount of money to see Russell Wilson riding on Cortland Sutton's shoulder.
Yes.
He's got a cowboy hat on his helmet.
Like $10-15, something like that.
Dustin remembers voting on this poll. Ooh, Well, Dustin said 57%. Let's see if that matters here. Damn. Let's see if that matters here. All right, guys. So who would you rather draft for fantasy football? Side A is Cortland Sutton. Side B is Mike Williams. We had Scott guess 47% on side A. We had Simon take the under, and we have Tim going with the Queen Beast, thinking Scott was exactly right with his 47%. Well, the actual percentage of people that voted for side A, Cortland Sutton, in this poll was literally exactly 50%. 50% of people chose Cortland Sutton in this poll. It wasn't even like 50.2%. It was 50-50 both ways on this poll. 50-50. Holy crap.
Why couldn't I have gone second? You son of a gun. I was going to say 50.
You literally said that during your thing. You're like, I think this is pretty 50-50, maybe slightly on the Mike Williams side.
But I'll Queen bee it since the odds are so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it.
But Scott, you got to be happy about that one.
Scott just keeps saying the odds are in your favor. And then this time he's like, I'll just Queen bee it.
I made a snarky comment in the chat the other day. 0%.
It's for the glory, Scott. It's not for the math.
I know. I'm just kidding.
So Scott, you're going to take a dominating lead here.
I get points for that, right?
You get 5 points because you're within 5 percentage points, which is going to give you 7 points for the game, and no one else correctly guessed the over/under here. So it's going to be a really nice lead.
This is right where I like to be.
It seems like pretty much everyone was more than Mike. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It seems like everyone was kind of going, but you, Scott, maybe not. You were saying you're kind of lower on Mike Williams, so
I think I'm a little bit lower on Mike Williams, but I still think I'm drafting him ahead of Cortland Sutton.
I think my projections probably have Cortland Sutton ahead slightly. Let me check.
I'm so close to being done with my projections. They take forever.
They do take forever. I think I'm going Mike Williams here.
It's really close.
It's close. Yeah,
it'd be a close one for me.
They're my wide receiver. According to my projections, my wide receiver 15 and my wide receiver 16 within 2 fantasy points.
There you go.
Yeah, and Cortland Sutton is ahead for me personally. So there's that. I know someone asked if this was after the Tim Patrick news. I didn't want to give that information in the middle after some people have already guessed, but it was August 3rd. So, and it voted throughout August 4th. So it was kind of in between that area. So I'm sure that maybe gave Cortland Sutton a few points.
Man, that was that extra 3 points. Dang it.
Yeah, there it is. You found it.
Yeah. So I bet you there was some points because of that going towards the Cortland Sutton side. All right, Simon, you ready for the next poll here?
Yes.
It's going to be your first one. No. We've seen comebacks in this game plenty of times, right, Tim?
I guess.
All right, Simon, here's your first poll. Who do you trust more in redraft this season? Side A is George Kittle and side B is Darren Waller. What percentage of people chose side A, George Kittle, in this poll?
So this is what percentage of people think however many games George Kittle is going to stay healthy is more than Darren Waller's points from a whole season in a new offensive system with Devontae Adams there. I feel like if you say both of these players play 17 games next year, then it's going to be overwhelmingly on the George Kittle side, just because of the situation for Darren Waller. But he plays him and Mike Williams. We've had two of they're violent when they play. They throw their body around. They put their body on the line every time they have the ball in their hands. I'm just stalling by saying things I know about them. George Kittle.
I'll let you stall a little bit more. Wall, I didn't mention this, was the closest in the last one, saying 52%. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Nerd. Okay, I'm going to go 67% on the George Kittle side.
So, Simon, you think that 67% of people chose George Kittle in this poll. Is that correct?
I do. That's what I believe.
All right. That's what he believes. That's what he's going with. Rule number 5, Simon, right?
Follow my heart.
Exactly. So, Tim, we're coming to you next. Simon went with 67% of people said side A, George Kittle in this poll. Do you think the actual percentage is over, under, or do you want to try that Queen Bee again?
No, I don't really want to try it again. I might, but I don't like this poll. I'm not a fan of it. My vote is just going to be for Waller because I hope people are scared of Trey Lance. So still maybe on the Kittle side, but maybe lower than 67.
All right, let me sum up what you said real fast. I believe you're saying that, you think it could be slightly actually on the Darren Waller side because people are afraid of Trey Lance and Kittle. So, but close to 50-50.
I think it'd be closer. I think it could be more even because people might be scared of Trey Lance. Because I'm scared of Trey Lance. I understand that he's going to be a fun fantasy quarterback, but that's not going to be because of his arm. So
okay. So you're going to take the under, Tim, right?
Taking the under.
All right, Scott. What do you think? Simon went with 67%. Yeah. The actual percentage is over or under 67%?
Well, I think Simon did a great job defining trust in his response, what he thinks trust means here. Because I think it really does boil down, even though Waller had dealt with injuries last year, it really boils down to the running joke that Kittle can't play a full season. If he did, I think he smashes. But that's not what we're asking. We're not asking who I rather want. We're saying who. I think that Kittle's injury issues and the somewhat unknown for Trey Lance will sway this more towards Waller, not to where Waller would win this poll, but lower than 67%. I'm going lower. I basically just kind of said exactly what Tim said.
You summed up Tim very well.
But without a mustache.
No mustache.
I didn't consider that point. So
that's a great point.
Well, we have two. We have a mustache and a non-mustache. So that's, the more data, the better.
Mm-hmm. You've got all bases covered now. Yep. Well, half mustache, maybe. That's kind of what I have. So, but I didn't say the same thing.
So, Scott, you're going to go with the under here as well?
I'm going to go with the under.
All right. So, Simon got two unders. Like JL likes to say, you reverse split the room.
Classic joke. It's a good one.
Let's see what the chat has to say about this one. Jay Wall is saying that 47% of people chose side A, George Kittle. Pang is saying 50%. JR is saying 45%. Mr. Scampers is saying 69%. Dame's saying 55%. Albert's saying 41%. Cody's saying 63%, but he's also saying 63% of people are wrong. So he's just kind of playing the Twitter universe a little bit there. Dustin's saying 55%. All right, so there's a lot of guesses. It looks like they're all, a little around that 50% range for most people. Got some people going a little bit more towards George Kittle. So Simon, you went with 67% on the George Kittle side. Both the Tim and the guests took the under. Well, the actual amount of people or percentage of people that chose side A, George Kittle in this poll was 55% of people.
No!
55% of people chose side A, George Kittle in this poll.
Yes!
There you go, Dustin. I didn't realize someone got this right. Good job, Dustin.
And I'll be right back on that note.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot, and then Simon can take over for me. But as you can see, a full pour. These are Raven shot glasses, by the way.
Yeah, Simon's prepping to take over, I think, right
Raven shot glasses.
I think 55 is about right. I think that's right.
I will say, I'm a Seahawks fan, but objectively, as a football and fantasy fan, I want nothing more than to see George Kittle play 17 games. He's so fun.
100%. He is the best tight end in the NFL.
I love him.
I'll be the one that says it. He's the best tight end in the NFL. Now, I'm not talking about fantasy football, obviously. I am worried about Trey Lance, just like Tim said. I'm concerned about, Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk, they got a lot of weapons in this offense, and they want to probably be a run-first team, and Trey Lance is going to run it even more. So the targets are a concern, but George Kittle is amazing.
As an NFC West Seahawks guy, if Trey Lance does, in fact, hit, that team is going to be a problem for a little while.
That's absolutely
what I mean?
And he can hit, and George, everything could be kind of correct here. George Kittle could be a little bit downgraded, and Trey Lance can still hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, to me, it's there was a lot of hype around Jalen Hurts last year before he proved anything, and then now he's, after one season, it's like people are treating Jalen Hurts as the first dual threat quarterback that ever lived. He's QB1, QB4, he might be, but I think it depends. Really irresponsible to jack him up that high after one season.
Are you talking to the redraft community or the dynasty community? Dynasty/NFL community? Because I know a lot of people in the dynasty/NFL community are nervous about Jalen Hurts still.
No,
but
I'm talking
in the
redraft
community. Yeah, add AJ Brown. I understand where they're coming from a little bit, but I agree.
No, I do too. I
can't make him a top 5 quarterback.
What I'm saying is I don't get why that same. And I know Trey Lance hasn't played yet, but sometimes I don't get why a higher draft capital, better prospect quarterback with
some might argue a better situation too
is not getting the same kind of hype before he actually plays.
Yeah.
I just
I'm with you. I'm with that. Hey, Trey Lance right now, my projections is quarterback 11. Jalen Hurts is quarterback 7. So
I'm good with both those. That's right. Okay, that's right about where I have them. It's just like Jalen Hurts at 3 or 4 is too high for me.
Way too high for me as well. You can't put him ahead of Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray, in my opinion. You just can't.
I agree. I think Kyler Murray is the one. Lamar Jackson, I think, is pretty well known, but I see a lot of people, Kyler or Jalen, and I've seen a lot of people, Jalen for sure. It's like, not me. Not yet.
Yeah. Big Kyler as well, especially in Dynasty. I just jumped in late here. I apologize. I heard you guys comparing Trey Lance, and I was ready to jump on the Trey Lance side. I didn't know who we were comparing.
Simon's just looking for keywords. He's just, Kyler. I know that one. Kyler.
You said Trey Lance, and I was like, yeah, Trey Lance over the other guy. I don't know who it is, but probably.
The other guy.
So from that last round, Simon, you're within 15 percentage points. It's going to get you 1 point. Tim and Scott both chose the under correctly, and that's going to give them 2 points.
How did Scott get to 10?
Oh, he was just at 7.
Within 5, he nailed the over.
I was at 7.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 9. That was my bad. Cool. Thank you for pointing that out, Tim.
I'm not letting you sneak away with this one that easily.
Tim was
Thank you.
Tim was out.
No. That was a good call. He was at 7. He got 2 points. Great job. Great call, Tim. Wait, just depends if Call of Duty is having a double XP weekend.
Oh, true. Yeah. If they get a new Warzone map.
That was some creative use of statistics. I love that.
The funny thing is, I think a new Call of Duty is coming out in like September.
Yeah.
And that's the start of the NFL season. So yeah, you better be concerned a little bit with Kyler there.
Yeah, that was a great stat.
Also, guys, before we jump into our next round, a reminder that there will now be a new rule in place. There are 2 more options you can guess instead of just over, under, and queen bee. You can now also guess way over and way under. So if none of the polls so far would have done this. Everybody's been within 15. But if you think someone is 15 or more points away on their guess, you can guess way over or way under. This is a double or nothing mechanic, though. If you're right, if they are in fact 15 or more points away, you're going to get 4 points. But if they're within that 15 range, if you say way over and it's only 14 over, you're going to get 0 points, even though you correctly picked the over. So way over, way under are in play, but you need some bad guesses from your opponents to be able to play them.
Or really hard polls. We've had a couple where I've been just wildly off because I didn't know how to feel about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat here, and Dame was actually absolutely spot on with the last one as well. So both Dame and Dustin got 55% correct. Look, here, Dave. Just a little sip for you.
Okay, I guess I'll take over at the next one.
Just a little sip because I missed out on you. No more tequila for me today, Simon. You're up. We're calling in the relief pitcher,
the closer.
Yeah, man, the closer. Tim, you ready for your next bowl?
Let's do it.
All right, I think you're gonna love this one. My question for you, Tim, is will Saquon Barkley be a top 15 running back in fantasy? Side A is yes, side B is no. What percentage of people voted for side A yes in this poll?
I think Saquon is back. I think he's going to be absolutely electric this season. I think you can get him at a value. So my answer would be yes by a lot. Obviously, people are going to have concerns about him being healthy and the Giants being Jay, what do they call it? Like duty poopy, like super bad, horrible organization. Is that what they call the Giants now?
I think in New York, that's what they call them. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was getting my nomenclature correct. I don't know what Twitter is going to say, though. So top 15 feels like it's pretty easy for somebody like Saquon. He is just so good at football that it is insane. How I'm going to say yes to being a top 15 running back, and I'm going to say that it is going to come at a 73% clip on this poll.
Are you kidding me, Tim?
Is that what you wrote down, Simon?
Yes.
Is that what you wrote down?
Well,
can I get points for that? I did it
5, Simon.
I would like to give you points for that. We got to make a rule, maybe. I don't know. But Tim, you're going to go with 73%. I'm assuming you're not going to change it now.
No.
What's he doing with it? Is he going to eat it?
Oh, okay. No, I was going to
eat it, Simon.
I crossed him out of frustration. I've only written 2 numbers down this time. They're really messy, but there's a 69 and a 73.
Yeah, we couldn't see that. No proof.
I believe him, though. But
no, I believe him
with
too.
73%. Scott, Do you think
that was a genuine Simon disgusted reaction?
Yeah, it was.
These are really good hot button topics, by the way. These ones we've had, especially as we get closer. But that's a really good number. That's right around where I would have guessed. So this is kind of a tough one. My answer is definitely yes. Oh man, it's right there. I don't want to queen bee it. Just trying to think of it. I want to say over so bad. Over. I'm going over because that's what I just said I wanted to say.
Rule number 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go over.
Right. All right, Scott. So you're taking over 73% for this.
I am.
Right?
Yeah, Tim made a good point. I mean, if it was top 10, top 15, you catch 30 balls as a running back, you're there. I don't know if that's true. I was just spitballing.
So Simon, what do you think? We have one over so far. Tim went with 73%. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 73% for side A? Yes.
You know, I think like you made a good point. Top 10, I think would change this poll, but I think anything from like 11 to 20, like once you get outside of that top 10, if you would have asked this question any other way, any other number, people don't think about it that hard. They just think, well, he's good. Surely he'll be top 15. You know what I mean? They don't think about the 14 other running backs ahead of him. It just sounds ridiculous. So I think it's going to be high. Queen bee.
Yeah. He's doing it again.
I mean, the only thing in his way is injury. Like even if he doesn't have the same burst or the same, efficiency that he did, I mean, he's one of the unicorn, pretty much, workhorse bell cows left. There's a few of them left in the NFL. And he's one of them if he's healthy. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like it's another one of those like, do you think he's going to get hurt or not? Because if he doesn't, easy, he's top 15.
Also, Mr. Scampers was in here, Tim, letting you know the actual term is sucky doo-doo pee-pee. That's pea pie. Sucky doo-doo pea pie for the Giants is what.
No, I knew it was that, but I thought Tim was close enough.
Okay. You just didn't want to correct him and be like,
no, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, thank you.
Dustin also says hard to be top 15 when he's only going to play like six games. Yeah. That's kind of the game we're playing there.
He was Kittle, same with Kittle. Like,
yeah. I actually currently have Saquon projected to be my running back 11, so I kind of agree with what you guys were saying here.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. If I'm wrong, what do you do? I thought it was points per game.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's see what the chat has to say about this one. Toronto Dave's going with 72%. JR going with 81%.
God, it's going to be right.
This could be 75%. Cody going with 83%. Mr. Scamper's going with 88%. Dustin going with 67%. Dame going with 77%. So, guys,
I score points on all those.
I'll let you know someone got this right on.
Oh, God.
So get ready, Simon. Someone got this right on. Oh, no. Maybe it was on the show. Maybe it was in the chat.
Well, someone's not plural, so you're kind of giving it away. It's not these two.
I didn't guess a number, though.
That's true.
Someone got this right.
It's true.
Oh, God.
Will Saquon Barkley be a top 15 running back in fantasy? Side A's yes, side B's no. The actual percentage of people that voted for side A, yes, is 67%.
No! Okay. That was close, though.
7% of people voted for side A.
Okay,
yes.
That's fine.
You're within 10 percentage points, Tim, so you're going to get 3 points onto your score. And Dustin, great job.
That's
Dustin's killing it today.
Wow. Dustin and Dame are just absolutely
fire.
Well, Dustin also, it's going to be pretty impressive if he does it on 6 games, because wasn't it Dustin that mentioned this plays 6 games?
Yeah.
40 points per game, highest
that
points
is
per
true.
game ever.
But Dustin also is the one that gets the lowest percentage out of everyone in the chat and on the screen right now.
That was good. That was
nice.
Yeah.
I would have guessed over as well. So even though I got it wrong, I'm perfectly fine with both of these queen bees because I would have gotten 0 points anyways. Because I'm just stupid, I guess. And I'm not as tough as Josh, so I need you.
That's fine. That's fine. I love my tequila.
Is that Gatorade? What are you doing?
It's pineapple.
I think someone asked if it was apple juice. What? Aloe vera. Isn't that what you put it on sunburns?
Are you sunburned?
I mean, they also make aloe vera juice, which is delicious and refreshing.
Okay.
It has it has like little boogers in it too. Like the pulp is very boogery and squishy.
Your face screams refreshing.
That's the Tito's. That's the Tito's.
All right, let's move on.
No one get any more right. I can't do it.
Dude, Simon's in pain.
Dustin, Dame, do it again.
I'll quit.
I'll half and half the next one with you, but they're not going to get another one right. They're not.
No, they suck.
I don't know, man.
They suck, and they're not going to get any more right.
Whoa.
So Scott, this is your second poll. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. I think you're going to like this one, Tim, or you're going to find this one at least interesting. Just like the last one, is Tua a top 15 NFL QB right now? Side A is yes, side B is no. Scott, my question for you is, what percentage of people chose side A yes?
And this is just NFL, it looks like.
That's what it says. This is the context we have here, you know.
But you go into a lot of these polls and you have people always being like, no, I'm talking about fantasy, or no, I'm talking about not fantasy. So can't necessarily assume everybody answered NFL.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
And this is a polarizing player. Again, let's say in top 15, which gives it a little bit more leeway. 56%.
So, Scott, you think that 56% of people chose side A yes in this poll. Is that correct?
I did. Ooh, the chat does not agree with me.
Well, so 56%?
Yep, I'm saying 56% because it's top 15. Again, if it were like top 12, top 10, I'd say no, but I think top 15. I didn't go through all the different quarterbacks in my rankings in my head. I probably should have. But that's a number that popped in my head, and I said it with my mouth.
And we're sticking with it, right?
Yep.
56%. All right,
56%.
Cool. Scott, going with 56% on side A. Yes, Simon, we're coming to you. Do you think the actual percentage of people that chose side A is over or under 56%?
I'm doing what Scott didn't do, and I'm trying to write down all the quarterbacks that I think are better than Tua Tagovailoa in the NFL. And so far, I've got 10, but that's about like now I'm having to think. Know what I mean? Like there were
that's
10. There were like 5 that came to mind immediately. Then 5 more. I was like, oh yeah, this guy. Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins is probably currently a better quarterback. Like those names started coming to mind. But now I'm sitting here and man, like I think if people were forced before answering this poll to list out 15 quarterbacks and say definitively they had Tua below all of them, that the answer would be much higher on the yes side. But like Scott said, this is a divisive player. So I think people, again, just like with like Saquon Barkley, they're like, yeah, he's going to be a top 15 running back here. They're going to be like, no, he's not top 15. I know this is NFL, but I'm going to take the under. I think it should be over. Like, I really think this should be like most people should vote yes here, but I'm going to take the under on how people are going to vote.
Okay. So Simon, you're going to take under 56%. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, we're up to you. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 56%?
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the under as well, just because I don't really need to list out the teams. It's basically, do you think the Dolphins are going to be a playoff team? And then look at all those teams. They're going to say, oh, all of those 16 teams have better quarterbacks than a team that might not even make the playoffs. Plus, you got all the teams that are, or the QBs on teams that are just absolutely duty poo-poo. That might actually have a good quarterback leading them as well. And again, polarizing player. I think he absolutely should be. I think he's going to have a really great season. So if you can snag him in a later round, please do it. You'll have a lot of fun. At the very least, you have a fun quarterback who seems pretty nice on a team that is just delightful. So
forgot about Drew Lock. I just forgot about Drew Lock on this against
Are you putting Drew Lock ahead of Tua?
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
So we got 56% from Scott, and both of the guys on the stream are taking the under here. Sadly, I will tell you guys right now, I have Tua Tagovailoa as my 16th ranked fantasy quarterback going into next season.
He's right there, and saying he'll make the top 15. I mean, I know there's people out there that are just like 100% no on Tua, no matter what the question is. But saying he's top 15 is not saying he's like a stud or a star. It's just saying he will be a top 15. So
I have him at 13.
That's why
I'm high on Tua.
I'm not trying to just say some last names above him real fast. Allen, Herbert, Murray, Jackson, Mahomes, Brady, Hurts, Wilson, Burrow, Prescott, Lance, Stafford, Cousins, Rodgers, Carr.
That's right about, I mean, if I was drafting, that's right around where I'd look at him. So, I mean, honestly, I'll probably have him ranked like, I think Josh, you said 16 sounds about right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
right.
I answered the poll like 5 minutes ago, so I can't change it.
I have him in a tier with he's the beginning, like in a tier just lumped with Tua, Kirk Cousins, Trey Lance, Derek Carr, and Zach Wilson. and Trevor Lawrence are in that tier for me for this coming season.
Let's see what the chat has to say about this one. JR saying 27%, Toronto Dave saying 47%, Mr. Scamper saying 39%, Cody saying 38%, Albert saying 36%, Dustin saying 26%, Jay Wall saying 47%, Dame saying 52%, Chosen Rose is saying 56% on the no side.
So I think that would be
44%. So the question is to a top 15 NFL quarterback right now, side A's yes, side B's no. The actual percentage of people that voted for side A yes was 24%.
Yikes.
24%. It was 24%.
Was I within 15? Damn.
You were not within 15, but both Simon and Tim did correctly guess the under.
Dude, I wasn't even
still not going to put him in the lead, but
I wasn't even within 30. Do I still
get
to be on the show?
Dustin,
you still get to be on the show. And guess what? You still get the lead.
I was more than 30% off, though. That's pretty embarrassing.
I think we've had, I think our biggest one is like in the 50s. Like we've had one where it was just the wrong side of the poll entirely. Yeah. So you are not
literally, it's like, hey, if you were guessing the other side, you would have been right on. Like kind of like situations like that.
And Dustin, the closest, I think, with 26. I'm like hyper aware of who's close now that there's consequences.
Yeah,
I know. All right.
Also, Peng said people do not like Tua. They act like he slapped children. They do act like that. They should like him more than they currently do.
I'm pretty passionate about not liking him.
People are passionate about being anti-Tua, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm pro Tua. I like Tua going into this year.
I feel like I'm the most neutral Tua person in the world.
I'm pretty neutral.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
What's been bothering me is people that Tyreek Hill came out and said Tua is the most accurate quarterback I've ever played with or in the NFL, which I understand it's hyperbole. I'm hyping up your new quarterback. But if you've watched Tua play, that's one of his biggest strengths. He's an accurate passer. And last year, mostly on short fielders, but he was the most accurate passer in the NFL on passes of under 15 yards last year. There wasn't anybody more accurate if I'm remembering that
crazy accurate.
So I'm it shouldn't be shocking that Tua is an accurate quarterback. It's if he can put it together on the NFL field during the season, but his accuracy shouldn't be a shock to people.
Yeah. Oh, now that our GM is canceled for a while,
that sucks.
I think we might actually be trying to play to win. So that's pretty cool. So
that sucks.
And you guys still have a first round pick next year, at least.
Yeah, that's true,
man. All right, guys, we have two more polls to get through. Two more polls, not a lot of time, so let's get into it. Simon, you're up for this next one. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. So your question is, who has a better chance to have a fantasy impact this season? Side A's Matt Ryan, side B's Carson Wentz. What percentage of people voted for side A Matt Ryan in this poll?
Speaking of people that people love to hate, Carson Wentz people love to hate. And you know what? I'm not a big Carson Wentz guy either. But he's probably being drafted a little bit later than he should be in Washington this year. He was fine in Indy, but Matt Ryan, I feel like still has some juice left. And I feel like I've
Hold on. I don't want to interrupt you, but Peng's picks $5. I laughed when he said slap the children. We love you, Peng. You're the man. You're the man.
I've never made $5 for saying that phrase before. But I feel like I've seen some recent hype for Matt Ryan in Indy. People are getting not excited. Excited may be the wrong word, but excited about the value in drafts that he could propose. There's decent receiving options there for him. I think this is going to be on the Matt Ryan side, but I think it's going to be fairly close. I'll go with 58% Matt Ryan.
So, Simon, you're going to say that 58% of people chose Matt Ryan in this poll. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Simon, we're going with 58%, and we're going to Tim. Tim, do you think the actual percentage that voted for Matt Ryan in this poll is over or under 58%?
I'm just thinking that Twitter still just really doesn't like Carson Wentz. So I do believe the answer is Matt Ryan. I think he's going to have a solid season. I mean, he threw for 4,000 yards pretty much consistently in his tenure in Atlanta with really no help or offensive line. So I think he's going to have a great year. So I'm going to take the over.
Julio freaking Jones.
Yeah, but still no offensive line.
I couldn't let you slander Julio
million
Jones
sacks.
like that.
But yeah, I think it's going to be over. I think it's a good guess, but I think it's going to be 64%.
All right. So you think the actual percentage is going to be over 58%. Is that correct, Tim? All right, perfect. Scott, we're coming to you. 58%.
Yeah, this one I'm going to just rely on what I think of what, a Twitter poll would say. A lot of dislike for Carson Wentz, and somehow a lot of juice for Matt Ryan, even though he was terrible last year. But I guess switching to a new team, it's gonna be pretty run heavy. Anyway, I think Matt Ryan in a landslide. I'm taking the way over.
Ooh.
Oh, I guys, I haven't even been mentioning this. I feel bad that I haven't been saying it, but yes, we do have the additional rule that Simon is playing going into the second round.
73 or higher.
I didn't. Simon mentioned it.
Tim's within 1 point. I gotta go for it here.
So Scott is actually going to take the way over here. So he's got to make sure that Simon's guess is over at least 15 percentage points more than what Simon guessed. All right.
73. Is that math?
Yep, that's the math.
Yep. So let's see what the chat's to say about this one real fast. Toronto Dave is going with 78%. Ooh. Albert's going with 70%. People voted for Maddie. Ice, give me 82%. Ooh. Mr. Scamper's going with 93%. JR saying 77%.
People hate Carson Wentz.
People hate Carson Wentz. 54% from Cody Smith. Dustin saying 76% because we have a 78 and a 77. He's playing the odds. He wants to make someone drink.
That's smart.
Heck yeah, Chad. The Chosen Road saying, I think Wentz is 40%. So he would say Matt Ryan 60%.
Dustin is smart. If you want to get your friends drunk, he's playing the smart game here.
He's for the people.
Get one dead on.
Yeah. Jay Will saying 12%. Because I want to break the mold. Because he wants to break the mold. Yeah. It's fair enough.
I haven't even watched Game of Thrones.
I'll just say, guys, like these guys are actually back to back in my fantasy rankings, by the way, which it might seem crazy to people. I just think the Colts are going to run a lot more.
Personally, I think they're much closer than what I'm guessing. I just think that's the way the poll is going to go.
Yeah, no. Let's see how this poll goes. So who has the better chance to be a fantasy impact this season? Is it Matt Ryan, side A, side B, Carson Wentz? The actual percentage of people who chose side A, Matt Ryan, was 76%. And Dustin got it spot on again. Dustin 76 just because we have 78 and 77 playing the odds. What? Hey, I told you I would split that one with you, Simon. So let's go take a half shot. Okay, let's
check Dustin for the sports almanac.
No, Dustin's on fire today.
Mine's a little more than half, but
see if he has
mine's a little more than half too.
Driveway.
Wow. All right, great job, Dustin.
Is that 3 he's got right?
The way over hit, by by the way.
I know that.
Easy peasy. Didn't even taste it. So good.
No problem.
Oh man, do I love Tito's vodka. Man, Tito's vodka. If you want a refreshing sip of something, because it doesn't make you make a gross.
If you want a refreshing sip of something.
Tito's vodka.
Tito's vodka. Simon, I'm going to tell you something here real fast. If you get the final poll exactly on, you are going to get to tie Scott.
Yeah, that's been my plan the whole time.
So you're not out of this game by any means.
I'm aware. Josh, you're acting like this is news to me. Yeah, we're on it.
So guys, 76% on Matt Ryan. I know it might be a little surprising. We don't have a lot of time, but if people hate Carson Wentz, I think that's the key. I think people hate Carson Wentz. That's the key. Simon, to your point, to your guess, I have them relatively close together, but it is what it is. Let's get into our last poll.
Yeah, I was just defaulting at 50-50 and then going, well, I think Matt Ryan's going to do slightly better. Give him a little bump. But you're right. It's the hate. Scott narrowed in on the hate, and he was right.
My personal opinion would be right around what you said, Simon.
Yeah, me too. But just knowing the hate,
people hate Carson more than they hate Tua.
Yeah. If it was a poll between who's the better NFL quarterback, Tua or Carson, Tua's going to win like that, 80% at least, probably 90%, right? All right, guys, let's get into our last poll. It's going to be a little bit different. Whoever's closest in this poll is going to get 5 points. If you're right on, you're going to get 10 points, but we're all going to write it down and we're going to reveal it at the same time. So let's get into the last poll, guys. It's the only Dynasty one of the day. This poll reads, made a banger trade in Dynasty. What y'all think? I got Burrow Chase stack. Side A's Burrow plus Chase. Side B's Mahomes plus Jefferson. What percentage of people voted for side A, Burrow plus Chase? I know. Hey, maybe you think the poll led people to select one side. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case whatsoever. You could try to read me if you want. I'm not trying to give anything away, but
I don't try to read.
What percentage of people chose side A, Burrow plus Chase in this poll?
I don't even know.
And it's a dynasty. It's a dynasty. Not that really matters, I guess, too much, but it's a dynasty.
Take the age out of it. We're fine.
Yeah. I mean, like when you add up their ages, it's probably relatively Burrow and Chase are probably ever so slightly younger. Like I think Burrow's probably like a year younger than Mahomes, and I think Jefferson's probably a year older than Chase.
Burrow was an old rookie, though. Know what I mean?
Yeah, but still Mahomes, him compared to Mahomes, I think still Burrow's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change what you guys are voting on by any means. Sorry if that's happening here.
No.
Rule number 5, guys. Rule number 5.
You don't make me change anything except my underpants, Josh.
Tim's struggling with this one.
Yeah, it's done now. So I just hope I guess what Simon guessed.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
That would
we all guess the same thing.
That means I would have guessed yours 3 times.
That second one really almost sent me over the edge, Tim. I almost I took it as a sign that there was a higher power wanting me to choose the queen bee whenever you were going. Like it almost made a believer out of me. Like if that would have been a queen bee, I probably would have gone to church on Sunday. Been like, you know what? My bad. Like I'm so sorry. But it wasn't.
Let's see what's. Oh, never mind. Have you guys been guessing?
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
All right. I was about to reveal what some people in the chat were guessing, but I was like, wait, then that might change your guys' votes. Show me what you got. Stuck at you, Trebek. I love it, Scott. I love it. So, Tim, you're going with 42. Simon, you're going with 54.
Everybody's got some room.
We're different.
And Scott's going with 27%. Let's see what
I would be on the Mahomes Jefferson side, just to be clear.
The Mahomes Jefferson side is going to be on the other side. Such the smash side for me.
It's absolutely.
So sexy. I would want that side in a heartbeat, but man, like people love their stats.
That guy said banger. He keeps saying that word. I don't think it means what he thinks it means.
So we got some great guesses in the chat here.
At this point, I'm kind of close to Dustin, so I'm happy about that.
No.
Dustin 33%. And someone actually, Dame went with 27%. Exactly.
Dame,
you said it. Cody said 28%. So right there in line with you. But we had some guesses around the 50% range as well. So we're kind of all over the place with what you guys guessed as well. Tim went with 42%, Simon 54%, Scott with 27%. Well, the actual percentage of people that voted for side A, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in this poll was
baby. Exactly right. 54%, baby.
It was 18%. Scott, you're gonna get the win here. You're gonna get the win.
Attaboy.
I agree.
The number I scribbled out was 15.
Let's go. I agree with Cody. One side getting both the better players.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. I mean, Jefferson and Chase are neck and neck. I would rather have Mahomes over Burrow.
Without a doubt.
So that's where it sends me towards that side personally. So I'm kind of with you, Cody. Great job, Scott. You're going to get the dominating win here.
Whoever dangled the stack with Chase in it to get Mahomes and Jefferson,
A+.
That's well played.
A+ move because
it's kind of interesting that he's like bragging, look at this banger trade I made. You know, Scott kind of mentioned that too. But
I mean, here's the deal: like having the Burrow Chase stack, we could all be wrong. That could end up being just as good for the next 3 or 4 years as Mahomes and Jefferson. But I think it's a great example of taking advantage because Mahomes has had a little tiny bit of, lowering in his value just slightly because Tyreek left and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's it's a blockbuster trade those are super exciting. But Mahomes Jefferson, oof, I'd love to have that.
I know.
Also, I see Dave and he was saying, what were odds on my Toonie bet for Scott to win? I deserve a payout, putting it back. So just some back of the napkin math. Scott got 28% of the votes to begin. We're just going to make that 2.8 extra money. So 2.8 times $2 is going to come out to 5.6 Canadian dollars. Wow. 560 in Canadian, Dave, is what the payout is for this.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible.
I real quick want to Toronto Dave. I saw him. He tweeted. He put something in the chat about supporting IBT and supporting me and stuff, but he did it like moments after I was over 30% off on one of the questions. So I really appreciate.
You wanted to wait till the right moment.
I really appreciate the pick me up there, Dave. Dave's my boy.
And Scott, thank you so much for joining us today. Truly, it is always a pleasure streaming with you. And like Dave did, we got to hype up the IBT media crowd as well. Not only make sure you're following Scott at Munder Difflin FF, but go check out the whole IBT media team. You can find them on Twitter at IBT_media. The link is also in Scott's bio. If you just go follow him on Twitter, like we've been telling you,
you can just click that link right there and go follow them. They have an incredible team over there, of which Scott is just one incredible piece.
Yep,
so make sure you follow
football, them. NASCAR, golf, DFS, lots of cooking, fighting, MMA, lots of different stuff.
And life. That's one thing I love about the articles you guys put out. It's a peek behind the person writing it, not just the analysis itself.
Anecdotes, all good stuff.
100%. So make sure you guys are following Scott and make sure you guys are following the IBT Media team. Guys, that is going to be it for us this afternoon. A huge congrats to Scott on the victory. Pretty dominating victory, just wire to wire. He stayed in the lead the entire time. That is going to be it for us this afternoon, though. But if you're not sick of us yet, Josh and I will be back with Joey and our friend Jeff Bell at 7 p.m. Eastern. No, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Eastern time. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I always mess that up.
I got it on my calendar.
6 p.m. Eastern time over on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels. So make sure you guys tune in over there. Hang out with us this evening if you're free. If you're free and you want to hang out, come on over at 6 p.m. That's going to be it for us.
We got Cody drunk. Let's go.
Good job, chat.
Cody, see if you can keep it going. See if you can keep it going until FanDuel, and we'll see you then. Adios, everyone.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Let's go.